there's so much sort of overwhelming information about this EU referendum. Every day we're just piled with millions of bits of news about it, and kind of whose job is it to make sense of that? Is it our job as kind of the consumers of news? It's quite a lot of effort. We're all kind of busy, and so Johnny and I just thought, well, maybe we can create something that just kind of picks out the most important facts, the things that if you've only got a few minutes, well, at least you can know this, and then if you've got more time, you can delve a little bit deeper and a bit deeper. But at least, you know, it's just a very, very simple website. You can read it while you're on the loo, and you can just kind of just get the basic facts, and at least then you stand a chance of kind of casting an informed vote.
Yeah, I mean, are you disappointed really in terms of the way the campaign has been run so far, from the amount of accusations from both sides that we've been told lies and we've been told spin and that people have exaggerated what the situation is?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I guess it could be better, but I mean, on the other hand, the campaigners have a job to do, and that's to campaign, and then we've got a job to try and figure out, you know, how to make sense of that. So I think kind of everyone's got a part to play in this, and yeah, maybe some of the leaflets that came through saying the facts, and then in tiny letters it said, oh, by the way, we're part of this campaign. Maybe that could have been a bit clearer. Maybe a couple of the sort of the claims that are a bit more dodgy could have been stripped out. But at the same time, yeah, I think we can all kind of play a part in just trying to strip out the bits that are actually useful to us, and the strongest arguments on both sides, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and you're both stressing that you're both neutral in terms of what you've created here, and there's background because I think one of you runs a site which is educational in terms of explaining politics to some extent, and I think it's called Whip, and then there's another website as well which you've kind of collaborated to come up with this.
Yeah, we kind of both brought things in. So Johnny runs a really cool startup called Whip, which takes bills going through Parliament, the sort of the most boring, dry things you can imagine, turns them into really nice, simple, crisp arguments on both sides, and then lets you vote on them on the website, and then they deliver that to the MPs, and it gives you a chance to vote directly on a particular issue, not just voting every 5 years. And then my startup Explain takes news, usually delivered in articles or on the telly or radio, and we break it up into tiny little cards of content so that you can take your own journey through that, because everyone has different bits of knowledge, different kind of pockets of knowledge that they have already, things they're interested in, things they're not interested in, but we all get delivered the same news. So this is an attempt to kind of personalise it and make it so you can take your own journey through it.
Well, when you look through your website, and I have done, it does become quite clear straight away that actually it is such a complicated issue, but on both sides there are very strong arguments, really, and when you look at the facts as they are, you can understand why people will still be very confused as to which way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we started this project, we certainly didn't really have any idea of how tricky it would be to condense these down to simple bullet points on each side. We've tried to make that a bit more fun by the use of as many emojis as we possibly can. But yeah, it's a real tricky issue, and that's why we've got these second layers that you can delve down into. If you see something, you say, well, hang on, I'm a bit sceptical of that claim or that fact. Can you tell me a bit more? Then you can always drill down and get more facts or get our sources where we got the information from.